This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good.
Uh, Sir, actually, I have some doubts.
Yeah, please tell me.
Huh. Sir, actually, while creating device, no.
Yeah.
Suppose if I entered the valid from date as a less than the installation date.
Mm-hmm.
So in that case, how to correct that valid from date, sir?
No, let's say, for example, if your uh, device is valid from 01/11/2018, okay?
Yes, sir.
That's the
Yes,
date
yes.
from which the equipment is installed. So, whenever you do the full installation, that means
Huh.
when you're doing the full installation, or even if you're doing technical installation, the date cannot be prior to 01/11/2018. That means the date of the device installation has to be equal to 01/11/2018 or thereafter any other date in future. That means it can be 01/01/2019. Okay. So while installing itself, it will not allow you to install on a date prior to the starting validity date of the equipment, that is the device. That means your installation date has to be equal to or later than 01/11/2018.
Yes, sir. So that's what I'm asking. So
Yeah,
here it is 0111. Suppose I have entered in instead of 8, I have entered 9.
yeah, it will take. Oh,
Suppose
yeah,
instead of 8, I have created with the 19.
I got your point.
So
I
in
got your
that,
point.
like that I'm asking.
In that case, I don't think you will be able to change. So let me see. IQ 02. Suppose material is 241. Let me find out. See, it is allowing to change the date to the historical date, not the subsequent date. You have to run the date. You have to run this particular program in SH38, SAP CM change equipment date, and then it is allowing you to change the date. Initially, it was valid from 1st of October 2018 to 01/01/01/09/2018. That means you can go back to historical date, change to previous date. That means any date earlier than 01/10/2018, you can change to any other date. You can do that. You have to run the program SAP CM change equipment date. This program you have to do.
I'll note it down, sir. This one.
Yeah.
Sir, and one more thing. Uh, hello,
Yeah. Tell me.
sir. I'll just note it down that this.
Yeah. If you want, I'll send a mail.
Huh.
You can.
Yes, sir. Yes. Sure. Sir,
What is the other doubt?
material showing is first available. Then afterwards, I have taken into the store.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, while making available, so RJRN restriction flag will come now, sir, for that. Can we
No, you have to issue
RJRN
it from.
flag by default, or else it will come automatic?
No, you have to issue it from the warehouse stock. That's why you have to
Yes, sir.
use the MIGO movement type 201 minus consumption of stock.
Okay.
That's what we did yesterday.
Yes.
So suppose we have, if you go to IQ09 and our material is 241. Some of the equipments are installed, some are for an ESTO. Now 241 is material available in the equipment number 887, but it is right now in ESTO. So we cannot do the installation. So we have to convert into AVLB. So for that, you have to run MIGO transaction, issue it from the stock. So go to MIGO and then select the other as the reason. That means you are issuing from the stock. Goods movement. Other. You have to select here goods issue. Other. Continue. Material is 241. Quantity 1. You have to enter the unit properly. Where? Okay. In the plant 6001. In the storage location 6003. And then go to account assignment. Give the GL account. Cost center. Serial number. Enter the serial number 887. And then post. Now 887 is issued from the storage location. It is no more locked with the storage location. It is free for installation. So if you go and check the status, it will become deficient of stock. So this is not in this storage location. It is in some other storage location. So we will find out. Go to MMB 241. $6001 plant. So it is in the particular storage location 6001 location. So to issue it from there, and our serial number is available in this particular storage location, that is 887. So you have to issue it from 6001 storage location. So MIGO Now it is issued from the stock. So the moment issued from the stock, by debiting the cost to the cost center, the serial number 887 equipment will now become free for the installation. So if you go to IQ02 241 887, it has now become AVLB, available status. You got the point?
Yes, sir. Actually, I got the point. Now anyone can access this serial number.
Yes, it can access means it is available for installation.
Yes, sir. I am saying is suppose there are three to four different storage locations, and the serial number got issued by storage location 1. If it is issued, then the same serial number, if it is available, then the same serial number can be accessed by other storage location also.
Yeah, you can do the transfer posting also.
No,
If you
in
do
such
transfer
case,
posting,
saying, in such case, when it is issued by storage location 1, in such case, we can make any restriction for the serial number, I am asking.
no, that depends on your definition, configuration, whether you want material serial number to be same across the plant and storage location, or it can be different. So
It is
if
same.
if it is same, then there's no need to change the serial number. But if the plant, each plant is going to have its own serial number, then it can also change.
Sir, actually, my point is there are 4 storage locations, sir.
Okay.
And the serial number is issued by the storage location 1. Once if it is means physically it is in storage location 1, the serial number is storage location 1 means physically they have the meter.
Okay.
The others don't have the meter.
Okay.
And one person issued the same serial number, storage location 1 person.
Issued
And
where?
issued to some for installation. Issued to installation.
Yeah, once it is issued to installation means actually you are consuming it from the warehouse stock. It is free now available for installation.
Yes. But no, others also can access the same serial number meanwhile till the installation.
Yeah, but what will they do with that if they access?
No. See, sometimes that mistake can be done, no, sir. When they don't have physically meter with them, but still they entered the wrong serial number for the installations and all at the time of installation. So
See, then you have to remove
restrict
the,
that.
no, if you already installed means you have to remove the installation. See, let us say, for example, 241, we have done the serialization. Let us say, for example, IQ01. 241, I'm doing the serialization. Now I created a serial number 913.
Yes, sir.
And I will add it to a particular storage location. Let us say plant storage location. So let me go to MB1C 561. Initially, I'll put it in the plant location 6001. Material is 241 and quantity 1 piece. I ordered under serialization 913, select it and then continue and then save it. Now this particular material equipment is available in our stock in the storage location 6001. Now
Yes.
I will issue it to the truck storage location for installation. So I'll go to MB1B. Movement type is 301. I'm transferring from 6001. Receiving storage location, I will make it as 6002. Truck storage location. Material is 241, 1 piece. Same serial number I'm issuing. Now material is available in the truck storage location. Then finally, he will deliver it to grid storage location. So again, I will go to MB1B, and now it is available in 6002. Then 6001, it is now going to be kept in 6003, storage location 241, one piece, same serial number. Now finally it has reached the grid storage location today, okay, but today it did not do the installation. Tomorrow they would like to do the installation. So physically, the material with the serial number is in the storage location 6003. Now I
Yes.
will issue it from the storage location for the installation. So go to MIGO, material 241. $6001. I'm going to issue it from 6003. Account assignment, then serial number 913 post. Now 913 will become free for installation. So if I go to IQ02 and then 214, 241, it is now available for the installation. I will install it in the device location.
Yes, sir.
This is a process.
Yeah. This process I got to know, sir.
Then what is the confusion?
I'm saying is in status there is restriction also is there, no, sir? In status.
So restriction means you are using your own status profile.
Sorry.
This is system defined status profile. There's no restriction here. It is free for installation. AVLB means equipment is free
Yes,
for
sir. Yeah.
installation. So there's
I'm
no
saying
Sir, actually, sir, actually, as what I understand, what is this query is, say for example, it is available and free for installation, but
Okay.
then once it is available, it can be installed by anybody. So, is there
yes,
is
yes,
a restriction which we can make so
yes.
that nobody else can install, only I can
Yeah,
install?
access the same
So
serial
that is
number.
his
Yes.
basic question. That is his question, I suppose,
Now,
Yes, sir.
if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, but you see,
That is the one.
if nobody can install means you can put authorization when you do device installation. Suppose if I go to do
Okay.
device installation, I'm doing technical installation. So I don't want him to allow full installation, technical installation. The particular user, when he is installing this activity, what I'm doing, I will restrict it to only one user or two users. Only those users can do the installation. So the basis can do the authorization.
Authorization based on role or on based on ID? Means we can do a restriction based on ID.
It can be based on the role, it can be based on ID or based on the user group.
Okay, fine. So if it's my ID, so I can take make a restriction so that no other ID can use it. Basically,
Yeah,
that is
exactly.
the
Or if
solution.
it belongs to the group and the user belongs to that group, they can install it.
Got your point.
That's all. Is it
Okay,
okay?
sir.
Yeah. You have to do authorization. There's no other way you can restrict the user for installation. Otherwise, you can do another thing.
Yes, sir.
You can design. Now here is a system designed status profile. Otherwise, you
Yes, sir.
can set up your own status profile
Okay.
where it is released. Once it is released, you can say is released for installation, but
Yes.
one more approval should be given by another manager for final installation. For final installation, you can create one status as final installation, and unless that person approves final installation, it will not be installed. That means you have to design your own status profile where it is released but yet not available for installation unless the particular manager releases for the final installation. You have to create your own status profile. Then also you can do it.
Okay, sir.
Mm.
And can we make own statuses, sir? Those
Yes, you can create your own status profile.
If how can we create those?
So status profile, you check in configuration, it will be available. You check in SAP SCN, you will be shown how to create the status profile. You can create status profile for any object, sales order, delivery, billing document, equipment. You can set up the status profile.
Okay. I'll check, sir.
Okay. So in the discussion what we have seen so far, we created the serial numbers and then we have performed the assignment of the serial numbers to inventory changes. That means we are adding the inventory. At that time, we will assign the serial numbers what is already created. Okay. So naturally, what will happen when you prepare through plant maintenance? That means when you do serialization through IQ01 or IQ04, by default, the serial number is basically AVLB. But once you take into stock, it will become what you call the status ESTO. And then to release it from ESTO, you are going to run the MIGO and then convert it and then install it. Actually, SAP had given one more possibility, but there they have given a particular movement type, but that movement type originally when SAP delivered, it was missing the updating control. Okay, so that is the reason that movement type you cannot use it. But you can do the coding for that using a report run. If your ABAP can make a report, they can run that report. It will automatically convert into AVLB status. So that report you can get it in SCN. So what is that transaction? I'll show it to you. Suppose say for example, if you got IQ09, material is 241, execute. So now 241, 888, 889, 890, 891. Okay. From 888, 888 to 894, 94. These serial numbers are in ESTO. Okay. One way of converting them to available status is you can perform the MIGO transaction, where you have to bring in controlling area, cost center, and cost element. But without involving cost center, controlling area, if you want to convert them into AVLB, you have to run a report. Basically, that report is required because the original movement type is not available with the correct updating control. So there is a movement type called 661, U61. Okay. So for example, if you go to device management and then technology, device, generate inventory management. So goods movement, everything we are doing here. Otherwise, transfer via serial numbers. Select transfer via serial number. Here, the movement type is given as U61. Transfer to Git warehouse. Transfer from Git warehouse in one step. Okay, U61 or U62. Transfer to Git warehouse or transfer from Git warehouse in one step. So if you select U61 and then receiving plant is suppose 6001. Now, in which particular storage location this is available? So if you go to MMB and then 241, if you execute, select a particular storage location, environment, and then equipment and serial number. So 889 onwards, 888 onwards, these are in the storage location 6001. So you can enter here, receiving storage location is 6001 and continue. Enter the serial number. Our serial numbers are basically from 888 to 894. 888 to 894. Enter. So 7 devices are found in the interval. Okay. So if you save it, automatically it will convert to AVLB status. Okay. But it won't happen. Why? Because if you see the completeness, update control for the movement type is incorrect. That is U61 movement type is in control. So this particular thing cannot be set up in the customization. This updating control, we cannot do it in the customization, it has to be done through a report program. Okay. So for that, there's the coding. You have to ask your ABAP to do the coding. So if you go to SAP SCN movement type U61, U61 and U62, this was a problem originally, but it could not happen. So there is a coding for that. What is the coding? We'll see. So this is a particular form layout, form design you have to do. Basically, it's a print program. So if you do the coding as per this, what it will do, it will convert the stock automatically from the ESTO status to AVLB. This is another way to do it, but you have to do the coding and then run it. Okay, this is also possible. And movement type U62 also same issue is coming. So if you go to U62 completeness, so again from serial number 888 to 894, update controls are not missing. It is missing again here. So originally SAP gave, but they could not give the update control. Then they issued a SAP note. In a particular SAP note, they gave the coding, and as per the coding, if you do the coding design, you can run the report program. And when you run the report program, it will ask the serial numbers, which have to be converted into AVLB. Accordingly, all the equipment with the status ESTO can be converted into AVLB. And here it can happen without the controlling area cost center and cost element. This is another method by which you can do. So you can just go through this coding. You can ask the ABAP to write the coding. It can happen. So this is the thing. I'll send it to you. You can go it. So send it to you today. You can go through it, and then if you know the ABAPing, you can do, or you can ask the ABAP to do it. This is another possibility how you can convert. Okay. So basically, the process what we have done here is we did the serialization, and then you did assignment of the serial numbers to stock. But in case suppose if you perform directly goods receipt, then it will do the serialization, and equipment is also created in the background. But when the equipment is created, it will become again ESTO. You have to convert into AVLB. Suppose if I go for a fresh goods receipt, MB1C, material is 241, our plant is 6001. Initially, I'm putting it in the plant storage location 6001, and then enter. Movement type is 561, enter. And material is 241, 5 pieces. Now I have not defined any serial number. Create the serial numbers automatically. Select the create serial numbers. Now it has created the new serial numbers based on the new equipment numbers what are available. Now we can select all of it and then save it. Okay, continue. So now we are having from 914 to 918. These are the serial numbers created, and also equipment number. Now because category is I, it will again ask you to fill up all this data. That means we are maintaining data for ISC equipment, and then transfer, and then save it. So now if you go to IQ02, and then 241 is the material number, and our serial number here is coming as 914. Okay, so if we take 914 with the new stock equipment number, right now again it is in ESTO. You have to convert into AVLB, so you can transfer the equipment from the plant location to truck and then to the grid. From the grid you can issue it for the installation purpose. The same process. So you can create the serial numbers directly while doing the goods receipt and goods issue. But when you already created the serialization in the goods receipt, those numbers are issued when you perform in goods issue. Okay, but otherwise you can also create the serial numbers in advance and then assign it to the particular equipment what you are creating through the goods receipt, and then transfer the serial numbers. Either way it can be done. Okay, but end process is the same. You have to convert into AVLB. Either you do it the way we have done, or you have to run the report to convert into AVLB stock. Okay, so this is the process. Now, in our discussion so far, we have seen how to create the meter, electricity meter, and then we are supposed to have the serialization done, and then it is available for the installation depending on the status of the particular material what we have created. Now, when we created the device category for the material, we said, yeah.
Can we make serial number correction? If I created wrongly, if it is
Okay.
a external number range, so I have created wrongly. So in that case, can I correct the serial numbers?
I think so. You can, if you go to IQ02. But here, what has happened is our equipment number is same as serial number. Okay. So if your serial number has to change, it has to change according to equipment number. You have to change the equipment number itself. So if you maintained serial numbers different from the equipment number, then it is possible to change. For example, while maintaining the serialization profile in the material master, if you say the serial number has to be same as equipment number, then equipment number is assigned to serial number. Okay. So it amounts to not only changing the serial number, but also the equipment number. So if you have such cases where you need to change sometimes serial number, then you have to maintain the serialization profile indicator in such a way the serialization happens independently and equipment number will happen independently. If you do that, you can change it. I'll show you tomorrow how to change it, how to create serial numbers and how to create equipment numbers differently, and if required, how to change it.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, in the particular material what we created device category. In the case of electricity meter, what happens is when you create the device category, only for electricity meter, it will also ask the method of measurement. So we are given the direct measurement. Direct measurement means the meter is directly reading the voltage and the current, what is the supply voltage and current, and whatever meter readings we are taking, it is corresponding to the actual consumption, what is happening in the premise. But sometimes what happens, because of the high voltage or high current, when you put the meter like an industrial application, the meter will not be able to work because its specification is, let us say, 20 amps or 30 amps, but the current passing through is 200 amps. Okay. In that case, we have to make use of a transformer where the transformer itself will become a device. That means we have to create a transformer and then treat it as a device. And while installing, first install the transformer and then install the meter. But here what happens, the actual meter what you're reading the consumption, it is not corresponding to the supply current. Let us say this is 200 amps. Okay. But it has to correspond to, it is actually based on the maximum current what it can handle, let us say 20 amps. Okay. So naturally, whatever meter reading you are taking, it has to be now converted into consumption corresponding to supply voltage, okay, supply current. That's why the billing ratio will come into picture. That is basically transformer primary current and transformer secondary current. That ratio will become automatically the billing ratio. That means whatever meter readings you are taking from the meter, it will be multiplied during the billing execution with the billing ratio, which is stored in the installation. So basically transformer, when you create, just like in the case of meter, we are having a register group. Here we are having a winding group. Okay. So basically when you say transformer, transformer is electrical equipment. A transformer is characterized by two connections, primary connections and the secondary connection. The primary connection is connected to the supply voltage and current. The secondary is the output, what you are getting after the transformation. So here it will be like a step down transformer where you are going to have a step down of the supply current to the output of the transformer, which has to be connected to the meter. So here there will be a transformer having one primary winding and then one minimum secondary winding. Okay, one secondary winding will always be there. But sometimes if the transformation has to happen through a large values, then accuracy of transformation may not be there. So it may have to go for more than one secondary winding. So you can have one more winding as a secondary winding, which will act as a prevention winding. It will basically protective winding. That means one secondary winding, which is actually connected for the measurement, one more secondary winding, which would be there as a protective winding. Okay. So all this information we gather through winding group. So first you have to create a winding group, create a new material, which is going to be used for creating the device category for transformer. And when you create the device category for transformer, it will ask you to fill up the winding group. And based on the winding group, we come to know what is the primary winding and what is the secondary winding. And based on that, system will be able to calculate the transformation ratio or the billing ratio for using the billing. Okay. So how to do it? We will see. So first we'll go for the customization of the winding group. So you have to just maintain the winding number range, what is possible. So go to utilities and then we go to device management. In device management, we go to technology. In technology, we will select the winding group. Just like you maintain register group and you give a number to the register group, we are maintaining here number ranges for the winding group. So here you have maintained the number range 1 to 9999. And then there are some additional values you can give it. One is define the grades for the winding group. Basically, grades is only information sake. It is like a information what you store in the winding group. The grade refers to the accuracy class. It's a manufacturer's vendor's data when they supply the transformer. What is the grade of the transformer? That is indirectly what is the accuracy. Higher the grade, more the accuracy. That is the normal understanding. And higher grade transformer means the cost of the transformer also will increase. Okay. So this is only information you enter in the winding group. Otherwise, it has no impact on the functional side of the equipment. Then define the winding types. So one is measuring winding, one is a protective winding. Measuring winding system defined, MW. That means only the measurement parameters will be assigned to the measuring winding. Like secondary winding, suppose you've got two windings. One is a protective winding, one is a measuring winding. The current parameters we're going to maintain for the measuring winding. Okay, so this is important, MW. Now winding demand SAP is given, but it is not an international specification for the transformer. Maybe they are using selectively in Europe or Germany, so that's the reason they have given it. But again, it has got no impact on the functional side of the device. If you want, you can enter it, otherwise it is optional. So first we will create one winding group for a transformer, which is a low voltage current transformer. In the case of low voltage current transformer, voltage is not an issue. It is same as the device specification, but the current is different. That means 200 amps, where we expect the transformer output with 20 amps because that is the specification of the meter. Okay, so we can store this information in the winding group. So go to device management, technology, and then go to create a winding group. Create EasyW1. It is the internal number range, so you can leave it open. The search term, these are our search term what we defined in IMG. You can use them like a low voltage current transformer. But at the system level, we have to select it as low voltage current transformer. Depending on the transformation type here, it will know whether primary side values are required, secondary values are required. If primary values are not required, it will be in display mode. Okay. So winding category, we'll select the primary winding. One is secondary winding. Winding type is measuring winding. Here also it is measuring winding. Then declare this as primary, declare this as secondary. Now why these activations are given? Because if you use protective winding, then the protecting winding is not a measuring winding. So secondary winding actually will be taken only for the measuring winding. Now input current is 200 amps, output current from the transformer is 20 amps, and then you can put the grade here. What is the grade used? Let's say 0005 and then 0005 and then enter. Now you can see transformer voltage is basically grayed out because input prior voltage and output voltages are same. Okay, only the current is going to be variable. So now we will save it. So winding group 9 has been created. Now we'll create one new material master MM01. We have to create two material master. One is the meter which will be coupled with the transformer, and another is the transformer itself. So two materials, two device categories, and two devices. Then you can do the installation. So industry sector, utilities, material type, HAWA, and then organization level 6001. So we'll call it as meter with transformer. So first I created one material, that is 261. This is for basically our meter with the transformer 261, material for meter. Now I'll copy 261 . Low voltage current transformer. So the material 262 has been created. Okay. So 261 and 262, these are the materials what we have created. This is going to represent the transformer. Now after creating the materials, we want to create the device categories. Okay. Now the first device category we create for the material 261, which is going to basically act as a meter device category. And there we select the method of measurement as indirect method of measurement, that is semi-indirect. Now register group can be the same because register group is only related to the registers. So we can find out what is the register group we have used earlier. So if we go to MM60 and if we see the material created for the 6001, 241. So 241 is already acting as a device category. So if you go to 241 as the device category, for this we use the register group as 26. So 26 is the register group, and then 9 is the winding group. 9 is the winding group. So now we will create the device category for 261 and 262. So let us go to create EZ01. Material is 261, division 60, and then I can copy from the existing device category 241 material. So 26 is the register group. Previously you selected direct measurement. So now we'll select the indirect measurement, semi-indirect. Now, in case if you're not using the transformer as a separate device, you can use a transformation ratio here itself, okay? But since you are going to use transformer as a separate entity, you have to maintain here transformation ratio as 1. So actual ratio it will calculate when you do the billing installation. So now when you do the device installation. Now, as you can see, primary voltage is not a variable, only primary current and secondary current. Go to certification data and calibrate it, save it. So device category 261 has been created. Now we are going to create device category for 262. But here the basic category will be transformer. Okay, select the transformer. So we will say low voltage current transformer. And our winding group is going to be 9. We have created the winding group as 9. So enter it. Certification required. Subject to external certification. Calibration period is 5 years. And then save it. So now you have created two devices, 261 and 262. Okay. I think there's some noise coming. Okay. Now we'll create the devices. Go to let me go to IQ01. Create the device. First for the material 261. 261. Then create. So 919 is a serial number. Okay. For this it is 919. Now 262 we're going to create. So 920 is our serial number for the transformer. Now we have to install them. So while installing, technically, first you have to install the what you call the transformer, because if you install straight away material, that is the meter, it will look for the transformer, and without transformer being connected, it will hang there only. I mean, it will not be able to complete the installation. So for the installation purpose, technical, first you install the transformer, and after that in the structure you can add the meter. Then it will locate which is the transformer available, and then both of them will be connected, and then a transformation ratio, billing ratio will be calculated. So now we'll go to device management and then go to the device installation and then technical. Device location, we will take it as 90 and installation date is 01/01/2019. Now, either you can give both or you can do subsequently. So first we will install 920, that is a transformer. Go to 920. Process the device. Activity reason, installation extension, primary winding, secondary winding. Now save it. So we have located device number 920 in the installation. Okay. Now after having done this, we go to again device location 90, activity date, new device. New device is going to be 919. That is the meter itself. Activity reason is installation extension. Meter reading is 0. Enter. Now here we can see a billing factor has been calculated. The billing factor is nothing but the primary current divided by the secondary current. So when you do the actual meter reading, the value will be multiplied with 10 to adjust the actual consumption happening, and then the billing will happen. So when the billing execution will happen, it will take the consumption what has been read from the actual meter reading, multiply with the billing ratio, which is stored in the installation. Based on that, actual quantity is derived, and then the billing will happen. Okay. So this is a process for the installation where we are doing with the transformer. So transformer is a additional device what we are using here as a combination. Okay. So basically, when you create a device category, we are able to create device category for basically three types of devices. Okay. Four types of devices. One is a meter, another is a transformer, then ripple control receiver, and then remote meter. Now, remote meter means actually it is a smart meter, interval meter. So that will be doing it later when you are doing the EDM. Okay, at that time we will see profile management and how to create the smart meter. So more or less it will be same like, in terms of the construction, it will be same like meter, but the register group will have some additional data for the interval purpose, and also the behavior will change. We cannot enter any metering result. It has to be in the form of a profile. Okay, so we will see that. Now, what is this ARCR? It's a ripple control receiver. It is basically a kind of a device what we have in electricity. Unlike meter or transformer, it is not relevant for billing. Okay, it is basically acting as a control device. The ripple control receivers are used in different countries for different purposes. Basically, it is used as a controlling device. The ripple control receiver will send a signal to the nearby equipments for doing some kind of an activity. For example, in some countries, they use the ripple control receiver to send the signals for on peak and off peak, starting of the meters. In some countries, they use it for the street lighting. Depends. Precisely, you can say street light should become on at, let us say, 6 o'clock in the evening, increase the intensity by 8 o'clock, decrease the intensity by morning 4 o'clock, and then put off the street lights at 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay, that means the street lights are on and off based on the signal which is sent from the ripple control receiver. And in some countries, they use it for the load balancing. Whenever suddenly there is a surge of power in a particular area, using the frequency imbalance, the particular ripple control receiver will send a signal. So it will put off the supply to the area, and then after the loads are stabilized, it will resume the the supply happening to that particular area. So if you go to the Google and search for the ripple control receiver, you will see a lot of information. But this particular device what to create, okay, it is basically not a device for billing purpose. Okay, ripple control device, ripple controller, you can say ripple controller. In SAP, you call it as audio ripple control receiver, but otherwise it's called basically ripple control receiver. It's a kind of a electrical device what we are using. It is used for load balancing or street lights, ripple control receiver. Load management. If you go to load management, you will find out information about how the ripple control receivers are used in the load management. Land is in care, ripple control receivers. It is something like this, okay, and availability features, for what purpose they can use, and also ripple control receiver, street lighting. You can also use it for steam heating, like in certain power plants where they're using steam as the basis for generating power. Whenever there is excessive steam which is not used for generating, they are supplied to the pipeline, and then it will be used for the room heating. So whenever the excess steam is available, the ripple control receiver can send a signal to heaters nearby and then switch on. and then switch it off according to availability of steam. So, I mean, there are numerous, basically controls. It is something like, automatic remote control. A signal is being sent, and based on that signal, the particular equipment will start working or it will be off. Okay. So ripple controller, receiver, street lights, street lighting. So you can also get the information for the street lighting. So there are various processes or the applications in which you can use. But basically, when you create this device, you have to create a device category. Unlike the meter and the transformer, there is a group level data which you don't have to enter in the device category. Like if you create a meter, you have to enter the register group. If you have to create a transformer, you have to enter the winding group. But when you create a ripple control receiver, the command group is required, but the command group itself is not entered in the device category. The command group can be entered when you create device or when you do the device installation. In any of this stage, you can enter. This is basically from the PM perspective. It is like an equipment for the plant maintenance activities, but otherwise it will not contribute anything to utility billing. Utility billing, only 3 devices: regular meter, meter with a transformer, or the interval meter. Okay, that's the concept actually. So tomorrow I will explain you how to work with the ARCR. Okay, so that will complete our phase 1 of the device management, where we have now come to know how to create the devices and then operate them for the technical installation. But there are a lot of other activities which will happen in the future, like device installation for billing purpose, meter reading entry, validation, device inspection, device removal, replacement. So device management will keep continuing till the end of the course, but at different stages. At the moment, at the most, we can create only devices, but we cannot do the billing installation, no meter reading. So, but by now we know how to create the device, and the first part, technology part, we have done to the extent we are able to create the devices. Okay. So tomorrow first we'll finish the ARCR, then we'll start with the billing introduction. So ISC billing, that will be our next discussion. So we can conclude for today. Is it okay? Tomorrow we'll continue.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hello. Yeah. Yeah, you're asking.
No, sir.
Hello.
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 Yeah.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Tomorrow can we? Yeah. Tomorrow can we have class a bit later? Is it possible for you?
Tomorrow, na?
Yeah.
I will do one thing. Let me confirm you in the evening, because there is one more session after yours. Whether that is happening or not, let me find out. So if that is not happening, or if it is getting postponed to some other time, we can meet at a later time also. I will confirm in the evening. What time?
That will be great.
What time you would like to have?
Anytime, sir. 9:30.
Okay, I will confirm in the evening today.
Okay, fine, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Not an issue.
Yeah.